Welcome back to Shipstorm TV, your VIP pass to the ocean's rarest and most jaw-dropping disasters. Today, we're diving headfirst into shipwrecks, insane collisions, and storms so fierce they'll make your pulse pound. Picture it, a massive wall of water slamming into a ship's bow, the roar echoing in your chest. That's just the start. Hit subscribe now, because the sea doesn't wait, and the next wave could change everything. Hold on tight, it's about to get wild. Off the icy coast of Iceland, the rescue chopper hovers just meters above raging waves, fighting fierce winds to reach the crew of the cargo ship Skalva. Salt spray blinds the pilots, the storm roars like a beast, and every second means the difference between life and death. Just off Runyon Island, a massive oil tanker lies stranded, battered by tropical cyclone Batsira. It's only a few dozen meters from shore, but the sea shows no mercy. Foaming white waves crash over her deck, swallowing half the vessel as the storm's fury threatens to tear her apart. Off the coast of Brazil, the South Korean giant Stellar Banner sits crippled, a gaping 25-meter wound ripped into her hull. With disaster looming and thousands of tons of fuel on board, the call is made. Scuttle the ship before the ocean claims it in a catastrophic oil spill.
Не знаю, все вышли, не все. Обалдеть. Ужас. Севин сгорел, Базановскую утопили.
In the icy waters bound for Antarctica, the Aurora Auralis battles a raging force 9 gale, winds screaming at 45 knots. Then it hits, a monstrous 14-meter dumping wave, towering like a wall of steel, crashes straight over the bow, drenching the deck in nature's raw, unstoppable power. Impact ignites both vessels, black smoke billowing skyward. Fireboats rush in, battling the inferno as the sea turns into a war zone of flames, chaos, and desperate rescue. In the heart of a raging storm, a Russian cargo ship faces the unthinkable. Massive waves snap its hull clean in half. The crew's frantic voices crackle over the radio. Mayday, mayday! Every second counts as the sea swallows steel, and survival hangs by a thread. Off the Cayman Islands, a tanker erupts in a towering inferno, flames shooting tens of meters into the sky. 25 crew members escape, but 17 suffer severe burns. Smoke and fire engulf the deck as rescue teams race against time, fighting to save lives amid the blazing chaos. In the stormy North Sea, disaster strikes as the Stena Immaculate tanker collides with a container ship. Jet fuel and containers of sodium cyanide ignite instantly, flames roaring skyward. Crews scramble for safety as the sea becomes a fiery battlefield, a chemical inferno threatening both life and the ocean itself. A Russian oil tanker splits in half under the storm's fury. One sailor loses his life as thousands of tons of oil spill into the sea, blackening the waves. Rescue crews scramble, racing against time to contain the disaster before the ocean suffers irreversible damage. Through the legendary Drake Strait, a cruise ship battles monstrous 40-foot waves. Passengers are thrown off their feet, furniture collapses, and screams echo through the cabins. The storm rages relentlessly, turning what should be a serene voyage into a heart-pounding, unforgettable battle against the raw power of the Southern Ocean. In 2014, the Seawolf ferry in South Korea sent out frantic distress signals as it began to capsize. Panic erupted on board, passengers struggling against the tilting decks. Every second was a fight for survival, as the once safe vessel transformed into a deadly trap in the merciless waters. In the Suez Canal, the massive Red Zed loses control, smashing into the dock and wedging itself across the vital waterway. Ships pile up behind it, global trade grinds to a halt. The world watches in disbelief as a single vessel turns the bustling artery into a chaotic, immobilized disaster zone. Out off the coast of France, the Federal Miramichi faces a looming disaster. Thousands of tons of oil threatening to spill into the ocean. But here comes the fearless Smith salvage team, racing against time to contain the threat. This is the raw power and danger of the sea folks. The ocean is magnificent, awe-inspiring, but ruthless. Every storm, every wave, every moment demands respect and preparation. If you want front row access to these heart-stopping maritime rescues and jaw-dropping ship battles,
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Hey folks, welcome to Shipstorm TV. Out here, the ocean is a wild, living beast. Calm one second, chaos the next. Today, you're stepping into the heart of the storm with us, where steel bends, waves roar, and human courage is pushed to its breaking point. These aren't movie scenes. This is raw, unfiltered reality, caught the moment it happened. Which of these jaw-dropping moments will hit you hardest? Hold on tight. We're diving straight in. Here, the sea shows no mercy. Towering waves rise like walls, smashing into helpless fishing boats and dragging them under. With sea levels on the rise, it's a brutal reminder that nature always has the upper hand. Authorities are racing against time, scrambling to protect lives and the fragile coastline before the next monster wave strikes. The storm is unleashing its full fury. Winds howl like 1,000 screams, rain slashes sideways, and the ship tilts dangerously with every monstrous wave. Out here, every second is a fight to stay upright. One wrong move, and the ocean will claim everything in an instant.
¡Mirad! Si no saben hacer, deben irse a sus casas. Mira este cabrón lo que está haciendo. ¡Mirad!
A monstrous waterspout twists across the sea, grabbing hold of the ship like it's nothing more than a toy. The vessel spins and drifts helplessly at the mercy of nature's wrath. Out here, power means nothing. The ocean decides who survives and who disappears beneath the waves. A deafening blast erupts from the ship's engine, shaking the deck and sending shockwaves through the crew. For a heart-stopping moment, disaster feels inevitable. But miraculously, no one is hurt. Against all odds, they steady the vessel, fire it back up, and push forward into the unforgiving sea. Flames engulf the vessel at Brisbane Port, towering high into the sky as black smoke billows for miles. Sirens wail, crews rush in a desperate fight to contain the inferno. The damage is catastrophic, but in a rare stroke of luck, every soul makes it out alive. Chaos erupts as flames rip through the vessel, forcing terrified passengers to leap into the churning sea. The air is filled with screams and smoke, but rescue teams race in, pulling people from the water just in time. Every second means the difference between life and tragedy.
Kapal Barcelona Tabakar, Barcelona Lima.
January 26, 2025. Ice and steel collide in the frozen waters of Russia. The nuclear icebreaker 50 Years of Victory slams into the cargo ship Yamal Krechet, tearing open her hull. Panic ripples through the crew, but the reactor holds steady, averting what could have been a catastrophic disaster. A massive vessel rolls onto its side, sending waves crashing in every direction. Alarms blare as chaos grips the crew. Within minutes, rescue teams surge onto the scene, battling rough seas to reach the stranded. Every move is a race against time before the ocean claims its prize. The ship barrels out of control, smashing into the dock with a thunderous crash before ricocheting into nearby vessels. Metal screeches, wood splinters, and chaos erupts along the waterfront. Onlookers shout in disbelief as the chain reaction unfolds, turning a routine docking into a full-blown maritime disaster. A massive whale surfaces beside the ship, its sheer size dwarfing everything around it. Gasps and nervous laughter ripple through the passengers, half in awe, half in fear. For a moment, time stands still as this gentle giant drifts close enough to touch, then slips silently back into the deep.
Oh my god, oh my god.
When that whole thing goes, oh, here we go. Oh.
Amid the chaos of the open sea, one passenger lies back, eyes closed, drifting into a deep sleep as a cool ocean breeze washes over them. The world around may be restless, but here, on this quiet deck, it's a rare, almost surreal moment of peace on the water.
When that whole thing goes, oh, here we go. Oh.
Holy Вы что, самое главное, все вышли?
Ну не знаю,
The
все
Lulu
очень
is going down fast, mere minutes from floating to gone. Inside, water surges through the corridors, swallowing everything in its path. Panic echoes in every shout, every crashing wave against the hull.
Да вообще
Passengers
страшно.
strapped into life jackets leap into the freezing sea as rescue boats race in, pulling them from the brink. It's a desperate fight for survival. Every second a battle against the ocean's relentless grip.
Ужас. Семья сгорела.
Brace yourselves, folks. Today we're plunging into 39 of the most jaw-dropping ship collisions and maritime blunders ever caught on camera. From colossal crashes to bone-headed mistakes, every second will keep you on the edge of your seat. This is raw, unfiltered chaos from the high seas. Let's dive in. Nearly a month locked together on China's Longt River, two massive vessels, the KMTC Surabaya and the Django, became an unmovable steel embrace. But on May 16th, the world finally witnessed their dramatic separation. The footage? Pure maritime theater, tension, power, and the sweet taste of freedom. On Vietnam's Red River, one barge sat quietly docked until chaos came calling. Out of nowhere, another barge plowed straight in, reckless and out of control. River traffic may look calm, but when skill slips for even a second, it can turn messy and fast. Deep on Brazil's mighty Amazon, a soybean barge lost all control, spinning wildly before slamming into the pier. This stretch has seen trouble before, even ships striking bridge pillars. Maneuvering a barge convoy this long, it's a high-skill game, and when it's lost, chaos is guaranteed.
Já tá quase chegando no Porto Eucalipto já. Ah, o São José ali, o bombeiro não achou ninguém ainda. O barco rodando. Não sabemos se o cara caiu na água, chegamos aqui agora, o barco...
Bone-headed boaters leaderboard, a small motorboat pulls a stunt so reckless, you'd swear it was auditioning for a bizarre icebreaker competition. No plan, no sense, just pure chaos on the water, leaving everyone watching wondering, what were they thinking? Between the panicked shouts of, "They broke the window," and the sarcastic sting of, "You can't park there," chaos erupts on the water. The scene is pure confusion. Horns blaring, voices clashing, tension thick enough to cut. Whatever's happening, you can feel it spiraling fast.
Yeah.
Marina del Rey, July 27, 2025. Engines dead, disaster imminent. A luxury yacht makes a split-second, unthinkable choice. Ram straight into a concrete wall. It's a brutal sacrifice to avoid something far worse, proving that in high-stakes moments at sea, survival sometimes means choosing the lesser destruction. Hong Kong, July 20th, 2025. Super Typhoon Wifa unleashes its fury, ripping a massive cruise ship free from its moorings. The vessel drifts helplessly as monstrous winds and raging seas close in. In moments like this, the line between luxury voyage and maritime nightmare disappears entirely. Vis, Croatia. August 3rd, 2025. A sudden storm barrels through the marina, turning calm waters into a churning gauntlet. Docked vessels are slammed, twisted, and torn from their lines. For the boats caught in its grip, this wasn't just bad weather. It was a full-scale maritime ambush.
¡Es un huracán! ¡No me jodas, tío! ¡Se caen las botellas!
Encon, Peru, August 2025. In the wake of a maritime mishap, a drifting container bursts open, spilling its bounty. Local fishermen swoop in, slicing it apart to claim the prize. Brand new washing machines. It's part salvage, part scramble, and all set against the restless pulse of the Pacific. Callao Port, August 1st, 2025. Towering swells hammer the ever lunar, and in a brutal display of oceanic power, 50 massive containers are ripped from its deck, crashing into the sea below. In minutes, a routine port approach turns into a multi-million-dollar catastrophe. Istanbul. The colossal MSC Tina comes in hot, and there's no stopping her momentum. With a deafening crunch, steel meets concrete as the giant container ship slams into the pier. Dock workers scatter, alarms blare, turning an ordinary docking into a heart-pounding spectacle of maritime mayhem. Scheldt River, Netherlands, May 30th, 2025. The container ship Nord slices across the bow of an oil barge, sparking a brutal collision and a dangerous spill. But in the chaos, the barge's captain pulls off a heroic maneuver, saving his crew and preventing an even greater maritime disaster. We've just ridden through the most chaotic moments at sea together. If your adrenaline is still pumping, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to ShipStorm TV so you don't miss a single second. Trust me, what's coming next will be bigger, wilder, and more insane than ever. Monster waves, brutal collisions, and heart-stopping moments are just ahead, and you'll want the front row seat when the storm hits.